I was able to become a millionaire in my late 20s thanks to a few areas in life that I maybe got lucky in and made a decision that allowed me to get there quickly. And I will go into that at some point. But one of the ways that I really think you can improve your life, and I'm not a doctor, so take this with a grain of salt. Don't listen to me. Maybe don't do this. It's probably a really bad idea. I'm not a medical professional whatsoever, and this may hurt you. So be prepared for that. What I did is I got pre workout and I started every single day with a scoop of pre workout. So I wake up at 5 a.m., 4:30 a.m., 5:30 a.m., whatever time it was for work. And I, first thing, as soon as I got out of bed, I would take a scoop of pre workout. I would take 3 bottles or 4 bottles of pre workout with me to work. And in order to stay in shape, to not gain weight and to have enough energy to finish my days, I would take pre workout about every 3 hours the entire day. So I get up in the morning, I drink my pre workout, and then I hit the shower, brush my teeth, and I'm on the road. And when I explain to you that that drive into work is motivating and focused, trust me, it's more than you could ever imagine. You cannot wait to go and attack the day. And I got to a point where I would be so excited to jump out of bed in order to get over to the counter in the kitchen and drink my pre workout first thing in the morning. I would do that, then yeah, again get ready and then hit the road. And my mornings were so focused. The whole drive into work, I'm focused on what I have to do that day. And I did this when I was doing labor, and I did it when I was in management as well. And I think it works extremely well for both. And then as soon as I maybe around 9 a.m. I start to get tired or the edge starts to come off again, I'm hitting pre workout again. Then noon maybe I eat, and then by 2 o'clock I'm pre workout again. And then before I go to the gym at the end of the day, I'm taking pre-workout before the gym. But I was able to do this, but the intensity that came with my days was unparalleled. And I climbed the company very, very, very quickly because I was constantly high on caffeine. And I recommend it to anyone that's trying to climb the corporate ladder, just over caffeinate. And again, my experience with it was very much I was able to do it without any side effects. I had about 1,000 to 1,100 milligrams of caffeine a day. That's dangerous. A lot of doctors can tell you not to do that. Every bottle of pre-workout will tell you um, not to take more than 1 scoop a day. I was taking 4 scoops a day, and I have for probably 8 years now straight. So I'm not telling you to do that. I'm just telling you my experience was waking up first thing in the morning and pounding that throughout the day. And that made a massive difference on my corporate life. And I would go into meetings and just destroy meetings because I'm coming in with the intensity of about to bench press a new record, right? So I'm coming in and I'm attacking everything that I have in my life that I have to do. I remember Jordan Peterson mentioning that there was a clip, and maybe I'll share the clip here. There's a clip where he goes into how there could be a pile of papers on your desk, and that can be very difficult to go through those pile of papers because you know that you have to that there's maybe some, he calls them monsters dwelling in that pile of papers, and you know that there are going to be some difficult conversations to have.
Maybe you're at work and you've got this stack of paper there, and you haven't looked at that damn stack for like a month, and you know that you should be, and you're bothering yourself at night because you're avoiding that. It's like maybe think, well, I've avoided that stack of paper completely for 1 month. I'm quite a coward when it comes to whatever snakes might be hidden in that stack of paper. How about tomorrow I just put that stack of paper in front of me on my desk and I glance through it for 15 seconds. See if I can do that. It's like, well, you set yourself a goal of improvement. It's a humble goal because really, are you such a coward that the best that you can bloody well manage after a month of avoidance is 15 seconds of exposure to a stack of paper? It could easily be. You've been avoiding it. So you're obviously afraid of it. And so the situation could be that dismal and dire. And you might think, well, geez, it's no balm to my ego. It's not fostering the strength of my ego to recognize in myself someone who could only withstand 15 seconds of exposure to that thing I'm afraid of. And so that's a form of humility too. It's like there's things you could do to improve and you know what they are. And there's small steps that you could take, that you might take, that would put you in that direction. And then the question is, are you big enough to take those small steps? Are you capable of grappling with the fact that you're fundamentally flawed to the point where you have to break things down into almost childlike steps in order to manage them? And the answer to that is, yeah, you are. Most people have things they avoid, and they're afraid of. So I would say to some degree, it's the lot of everyone.
So, but now when I come in the morning and I'm on pre-workout, that pile of papers is nothing to me. And so, basically, like Jordan Peterson is saying in his clip, he's saying that if you can just get to a point where you're flipping through the papers quickly, and you're maybe looking at one or two or three papers, or you look through the whole pile but don't do anything with them, that's enough. And I think that's good advice, and I think it's good for certain people. But for me, I want to be the boss, and I want to be the best. And if a CEO or someone like an Elon Musk or somebody like that can take that pile of papers and deal with all that pile of papers in 10 minutes, I need to be like that. The only way I'm going to be like that is develop those skills. Now, Elon Musk is maybe the decision maker of the company. I'm not a decision maker. I am in some areas, but maybe not for all these pile of papers. So what does that mean? That means I have to have difficult conversations with some of my upper management related to this pile of papers. So maybe it's not easy, sure. So it's going to lead to some difficult conversations. But if I can get into a mentality where I'm willing to have those difficult conversations, and I don't care how many difficult conversations it's going to take. If it's going to take 15 difficult conversations, I'm having them all today. So that means I'm sending 15 emails, and maybe I'm going to call my boss first and say, "Hey, there's some stuff that's going to come up this morning. I want to get this done with because it's been sitting on my desk for a while. It's overdue. I need to take care of this, and there's going to be some tough conversations that are going to come out of this. But I want to deal with all this today, no matter what." And then just start firing off emails one at a time. And I don't really care how my bosses feel about it. I don't care how my upper management feels about it. I'm getting this done today, no matter what, because I need to have it done. And I'm coming in with that kind of intensity because I took my caffeine and I'm ready to rock. And doing that consistently for years changed my life. And so I was able to climb up the ladder quickly because I would come into meetings. I would deal with these situations like this, the papers, or even if I was setting up a job because I was in construction and maybe I'm a laborer or a worker or a foreman. I did move up from labor into foreman and other positions because I was coming in and I'm intense. I'm over and above every single person that was there, and I knew that. And I would come in with incredible energy, and I was smart too. I was learning and I was figuring things out. And I think that's extremely important, is to do both of those things. Is to come in and work hard, but also be thinking extremely hard and be looking for ways to do things better. And that's part of the way that you can improve your life, is by coming in with intensity and coming in with a plan and just getting after it as best as you can. And I think one of the biggest keys, Jordan Peterson also said, and maybe I'll put this link as well. He said that if I think he did a study, and I can't remember the exact statistics, but essentially that you can increase your income exponentially by just showing up 30 minutes early and 30 minutes late.
Why don't you just try to work as hard as you can at your damn job for like 6 weeks, right? All flat out. If you work 10% longer hours, you make 40% more money. That's something worth thinking about. You've got a job, maybe you show up 15 minutes early and you leave 15 minutes late. And you actually work and your boss notices, because he would probably notice, and then maybe someone's going to get promoted and maybe it'll be you, because something's going to tilt the scales, and that little extra bit of work done without cynicism and resentment might be enough.
That is something that I've always lived my life by, especially since I figured this out, was come in early to work. Again, the key to getting paid more at work may not be working harder. Like I'm at my office now, and it's 5 in the morning, and I record these videos. I'm not working, but I'm here. I'm here before everyone else could be here, and I'm going to be here probably after everyone leaves, and that's noticeable over time, because maybe my CEO or one of the bosses only comes in early 15 times a year and stays late 30 times a year. But if I do it every day, then all 15 times he shows up and all 30 times he stays late, I'm here. So that's consistency. And I don't do it because I want him to notice me. I could care less about that. I do it because I believe I'm the person that I say I am. I believe I'm the best. I believe I deserve to have those positions. But it goes back to the manifestation video that I made earlier. I have to believe that truly and then take action, right? Because if I'm the best, I come in the earliest and I leave the latest, right? It's first in, last out, every single day, no matter what. And you live that way, yeah, it's insane. It's crazy. But find ways to be productive with other areas of your life at work. Create a workout plan. Have your meals all set up at work. You can do these things. It's easy. And be the first one to create something for you. Don't look for somebody else to create it. Create a meal plan for somebody that works in your setting, no matter where you are. Create a meal plan for somebody that works in your setting that could be fit and healthy, and then find ways to get your workouts in, right? Whether that's before work or after work. I go about 5 times a week. I train with a professional bodybuilder as my partner, and we're good friends, and we train consistently. And he beats me up. He's considerably in better shape, in much better shape than I am. I can keep up with him. I'm not bad, but I prefer to work out with him because he kills me every day. And I don't need to work out 6, 7 days a week. I work out 5 very, very intensely, and I take 2 days off, and I stay consistent with that, and that's all I need. And then I look for other areas in my life where I can cheat with things I can do at work. I manage my finances at work. I do a lot of as much personal stuff as I can at work, but I'm also a beast and a killer at work. And I find ways to hack my life so that if I'm at work for 14 hours, which I typically am because my hours, I start early and end late naturally as part of my job description. And I even come in earlier and stay later. I remember Tony Robbins saying when he interviewed Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan, I remember I interviewed him years ago. And I said, what makes you the best in the world? Is it skill? Is it talent? Is it ability? Is it background? Is it training? And he was so awesome. He said, Tony, I can tell you the truth and it won't sound like hyperbole or false modesty. He said, I didn't even make the high school basketball team my sophomore year. I was cut. He said, what it is every day I demand more from myself than anybody else could possibly expect. I don't compete with other people. I compete with what I'm capable of.
And so I think that's the key to taking yourself seriously. Is my bosses couldn't ask me to come in early and stay late every day, but I demand that of myself. And that's the key. When you demand it of yourself, then I have no stress at work because I know I am coming in early and stay late every day. And I do that for me, not for them. So I look at myself as more competent than these people and more confident. And if I get in trouble, that's fine. I don't, which I usually don't, but I'm just saying it doesn't bother me because I know who I am and I know what I bring to the table every day. So I don't get stressed about it. And I know that tomorrow morning, I'm going to come in and I want to be doing the hardest stuff at work. I want to be put in the worst situations so I keep growing. That's what I care more than anything else, is put me in those positions where there's the monsters and the pile of papers and you have to have this difficult conversation and that I'll be there. I will be the first one to sign up for that because that's growth. And the more I get put into those positions, if I can't handle it, who has to? Somebody more confident than me. Well, if I think I'm the most competent, then I should be able to handle it. And that's the key.